Good morning, good morning, good morning, Pilgrim. I've had to do a little pulling together this morning because I had a bad dream last night, really bad one. I hope it wasn't a premonition or a vision or one of those things, a prophecy. Anyway, I dreamt I lost some more front teeth. Had to give up reading my Spurgeon. Oh, terrible thought. Lord, let it not happen to me. I'm pulled together now, and I'm going to read from Luke 12:22 through 31. Do not be anxious. And he said to his disciples, Therefore I tell you, do not be anxious about your life, what you will eat, nor about your body, what you will put on. Your life is more than food, and the body more than clothing. Consider the ravens, they neither sow nor reap, they neither storehouse, they have neither storehouse nor barn, and yet God feeds them. Of how much more value are you than the birds? And which of you, by being anxious, can add a single hour to his span of life? If then you are not able to do as small a thing as that, why are you anxious about the rest? Consider the lilies, how they grow. They neither toil nor spin. Yet I tell you, even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. But if God so clothes the grass, which is alive in the field today, and tomorrow it is thrown into the oven, how much more will he clothe you, O you of little faith? And do not seek what you are to eat and what you are to drink, nor be worried. For all the nations of the world seek after these things, and your Father knows that you need them. Instead, seek his kingdom, and these things will be added to you. Yes, fear not, little flock, for it's your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. So sell your possessions, give to the needy, provide yourself with money bags that don't grow old, with a treasure in the heavens that never fails, that does not fail, where no thief approaches and no moth destroys. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Let your heart be in heaven. Let it be with Jesus. Let it be looking forward, not looking backward. 24 February 1861. Spurgeon's sermon was entitled The Glorious Right Hand of the Lord. He read from Numbers 11:23. And the Lord said unto Moses, Is the Lord's hand waxed short? Thou shalt see now whether my word shall come to pass unto thee or not. Yes, which of his people have found the riches of his grace drained dry? Which of his children has had to mourn that the unsearchable riches of Christ had failed to supply his need? In grace, as well as in providence and nature, the unanimous verdict is that God is still almighty and that he does as he wills and fulfills all his promises and all his counsels. How is it then that such a question as this ever came from the lips of God himself? Who suggested it? What suggested it? What could there have been that should lead him or any of his creatures to say, Is the Lord's hand waxed short? Well, we'll answer that. There is but one creature that God has made that ever doubts him. The little birds doubt not, though they have no barn nor field, yet they sweetly sing at night as they go to their roosts, though they know not where tomorrow's meal shall be found. The very cattle trust him, and even in days of drought you've seen them when they pant for thirst, how they expect the water, how the very first token of it makes them show in their very animal frame, their nature, by some dumb language what they felt. They felt that God would not leave them to perish. The angels never doubt him, nor the devils either. Devils believe and tremble. But it was left for man, the most favored of all creatures, to mistrust his God. This high, this black, this infamous sin of doubting the power and faithfulness of Jehovah. was reserved for the fallen race of rebellious Adam, and we alone out of all the beings that God has ever fashioned, dishonor him by unbelief, tarnish his honor by mistrust. Got a couple more verses here. James 3:7. For every kind of beast and bird, of reptile and sea creature, can be tamed and has been tamed by mankind. 2 Peter 2:15-16. But man, forsaking the right way, they have gone astray. They have followed the way of Balaam, the son of Beor, who loved gain from wrongdoing, but was rebuked for his own transgression. A speechless donkey spoke with human voice and restrained the prophet's madness. Man against God. The only creature that behaves thus. Luke 12:24. Again, consider the ravens. Consider them. They neither sow nor reap. They have neither storehouse nor barn, and yet God feeds them. How much more value are you than the birds? How much more value are you, Pilgrim? How much more value am I? Oh, Pilgrim, just think on these things. Trust God is what I got to be doing today. I got to trust God. In my dreams last night, I was not trusting God. This morning when I woke up, I was not trusting God. Lord, help me. Lord, help me to trust. God bless, Pilgrim. Have a great day.